Chair Wells and respected members of the committee. My name is Dennis Filipavage, and I am testifying today in favor of HB 496. Opening Maryland's primaries will provide several key benefits to all citizens of the Old Line State, but in particular, our veteran population. Veterans have selflessly served and sacrificed for all Americans, not only red or blue Americans, but all Americans. Therefore, our primary election should mirror this, where all citizens should be able to have a say in the election that will most likely determine their respective representative, the primaries. Inclusion is exactly what organizations such as Veterans for All Voters, Independent Veterans of America, Open Primaries, Independent Voters of Maryland, etc., work tirelessly to promote a government for the people, by the people. Participation fosters ownership, and the feeling of ownership is vital to a healthy democracy. According to surveys cited from Independent Veterans of America, over 50% of vets nationwide self-identify as independent or unaffiliated. If that directly translates into votes, millions of veterans across our country can't exercise the right they sacrificed so much to protect and defend. As a people, being willing to accept exclusion or unnecessarily forcing registration with a private entity to gain inclusion to publicly funded civil processes is at odds with our basic democratic principles and values. About 22 hours ago, I was in Doha, Qatar for work. I just traveled about 7,000 miles to be here with you here today. This is how important this bill is to me. I testified before you today as a fellow citizen, a neighbor, a husband, a father, a retired combat veteran who served this nation selflessly for over 26 years. Please let me vote. Thank you.
Well, good evening, Madam Chair, members of the council. Don't worry, I'll be driving Dennis home tonight. He'll be sleeping in the back of my car. I'm Dr. William Everett, retired colonel, combat veteran, teacher at Loyola University, husband, father, grandfather, and a member of Maryland chapter of Veterans for All Voters, and we ask you to support Bill 496. My colleagues ahead of me have stole all of my thunder. So I want to talk about two items before my time runs out. 250 years ago, this coming August, at the Battle of Brooklyn, 400 Maryland patriots sacrificed their lives and their future to save the American Continental Army from the British forces, ensuring our title, the Old Line State, saving the rebellion. Today, those liberties have been provided by all veterans, both then and now. The most significant product of our sacrifice is the right to vote. Now, my colleagues have talked about the numbers. 1 million Maryland voters are denied the opportunity to vote in primaries, but I'd like to make one point. These are taxpayer-funded primaries. That means taxpayers like me are denied the opportunity to vote in the primary elections. Yet a quarter of our Maryland voters are also deprived of that opportunity. This is taxation without representation. I earned the right to vote, both in the primary and general election through 33 years in uniform by giving back to the community as a teacher and the taxes that I pay, and the Maryland family that I raised and dedicated. I urgently ask you to pass Bill 496 and honor the memory of the Maryland 400 and every veteran and citizen of the Great Line State. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for traveling as far as you did. I think you may be the, most furthest traveled person that's testified in this committee so far. But thank you for being here. Delegate Schmidt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I simply want to say thank you for your service. Thank you for being here. A very simple and probably easy question. What is most important about you being able to vote in the primary election?
I think like everyone. We just want to have our voice. We just want to be heard. We just want to participate in our democracy. I have 2 young daughters. I want them to have participation. I want their voices heard too. Same with every Marylander. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of you for waiting this long to testify. It means a lot to us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Seeing if there's any more questions from the committee. Seeing no more questions for this panel, thank you all again for being here and for hanging in here with